whenever. So this shop is locked. So you guys can go someplace else because I already tell my members the truth, right? Because I am one of the vice president who vote against the money that George asks for, the members' money. I come here whenever. So this shop is locked. So you guys can go someplace else because I already tell my members the truth, right? Because I am one of the vice president who vote against the money that George asks for, the members' money. I come here whenever. So this shop is locked. So you guys can go someplace else because I already tell my members the truth, right? Because I am one of the vice president who vote against the money that George asks for, the members' money. I come here whenever. So this shop is locked. So you guys can go someplace else because I already tell my members the truth, right? Because I am one of the vice president who vote against the money that George asks.
Ain't nothing new under the sun as always. And as always, I got something to share. So we're gonna watch these 2 clips. We're gonna spin the block. And we're gonna have a conversation that needs to be had. Because it seems like a lot of y'all don't want to have it. And apathy to one's own plight is something that's hard for me to deal with.
This has never happened. A bill to protect immigrants has been forced to the House floor for a vote. And we made this happen. We made the calls, secured the House signatures needed from all Democrats and some Republicans to help protect families. Because stripping people of their work permits and feeding them to Trump's deportation machine would be no good for anyone and would drive up costs for everyone. All of this at a time when working families are already facing higher gas, groceries, and healthcare prices. Now, this week, Representative Presley's bipartisan bill to extend temporary protected status for 350,000 Haitians finally gets its vote. We need 218 votes for it to pass. But the more votes it gets, the more pressure it puts on the Senate to do the same. So let's aim for that. Tell your representatives.
Oh my God.
I am here at the Capitol because immigrants are the backbone of our society. Immigrants have built this country. Immigrants pay taxes for all the social safety nets that are trying to be cut on them. So we are here today to lobby and tell these politicians why they need to support not only Americans, but immigrants, because immigrants is what has kept this country running and will always keep this country running.
Now that we're back, let's talk about self-induced apathy. And trying to be very selective and label my words, but we living in wild times, and I have been doing nothing but chopping up receipts and hand delivering them to the people. And There's a team of people out there doing their thing to source all these receipts just so that I can deliver them to you so that you can see exactly what's going on. And we're working against a multi-million-dollar machine with power and influence. So one of the things that we always have an issue with here is that they love reporting the videos, but without engagement, we don't have anything to counteract that on the other end. You know, there's an AI algorithm that runs all that. So when they keep reporting the videos for drugs or sex and nudity or gore violence, the AI picks up a pattern and then it moves accordingly. So in order for us to actually take our union back, we have to get the story out. The only way that story gets out is if the members who are being affected by these things like, comment, share, and subscribe. We have to crack the algorithm, and that is done by engagement. Believe me when I tell you, they're watching the analytics and they're moving by how they see you move. So when they see that you're not commenting on the videos or sharing them or tagging the individuals that are complicit in these activities like Maya Kaufman, Politico, Chuck Schumer, or any other major legacy press network so that we can push our story. Because no one else is coming in here to tell our story, but this is our story because it's our union. And just like that old saying or adage that a nation is only as strong as its women, well, it's just like a government. We the people, the union is only as strong as its members. And when we move with apathy, the results you see is what we get. And that's why I put the 2 clips in there, because you tell me where and on what planet why it's okay that a medical labor union is fighting for illegals when American workers are suffering. They're telling you to dry ice and they're fighting for illegals. But we have a corrupt election that was investigated and found out by the Federal Department of Labor. They forced them to have a re-election, which they lied to you about, Miss Hargett. I've shown you that. Yet, here we still are. You got Tyreek the PP Lee on the loose, just graping away, just urinating away, getting away with it. From coast to coast, so many women violated under the SEIU watch. And what happened? These individuals got a promotion and a pay increase. Tyreek D. Lee is now the chief information officer. This man is in charge of all of y'all's data. Why do you think people are still complaining over at the re-election that they haven't got their ballots yet? And it's the middle of April. Change the address. We've got the receipts. But in order for us to help you, you'll have to help us help you. That's all we're asking. Because if we don't get these to move on all platforms, there's no voice. We have to control the narrative. And believe me when I tell you, I done ruffled enough fucking feathers that they go out their way to make sure as soon as the videos get up, they get the report. Oh, he's hurting my feelings for telling the truth. Snuff the magic snow dragon. But yeah, if you're an American worker, I'm talking to you. Why is 1199 or any other SEIU chapter so hell-bent on fighting for illegal aliens when the American workers under their watch are suffering? When their executives are sexually assaulting the women that pay the dues, that pay their salaries. And when we speak out, we're silenced. When we speak out, we're retaliated against and bullied like we're the pariahs because we're doing the right thing. As I said, I was a delegate for years. Ask Evelyn Campos Santos. And it ain't no Campus Saints. She's the madam of the den, the diabolical den of demons, the viper's pit. But let's really start talking about this shit. Let's have conversations. Everybody wants to talk. Just make sure you got the receipts, because we have ours. But if you want to change what your position is in life and what you're going through, no one can do it for you. You have to be a part of that change. Because you best to believe everybody is watching. They may not be speaking and showing, but everybody is watching. And there's no concern from the actual union members, then there's a lot of people putting their careers on the line right now to make sure that you know the truth. And nobody's getting paid. We're doing all this shit for the free ski. So all we're asking, y'all know the platforms we're on. We need to get the engagement up so that we can crack the algorithm. And I know a lot of people think that it's just about likes and views, but it's far deeper than that. Because personally, it's so much shit that I would love to make longer form videos, 30 minutes, even an hour. But when it's an 11-minute video with 1,000 views, but basically a minute, 2-minute watch time, is anyone actually getting the information? And then, just like we are watching them, they're watching us. So when they see this, they know, or to them, they say the members don't care. This is how they got away with the last election fraud. And if this pattern continues and the apathetic attitude of a lot of members continues, and I hate to say it this way, but it is what it is. I was a delegate. I seen it on the delegate end, and I'm seeing it again here. These things are going to continue. You have to show them what it is they're supposed to be doing. We don't work for them. They work for us. Our union dues pay their salaries. And then as far as the executives, we actually elect them. Exactly. So before we go, I'm going to let you hear just a little clip of what I'm working on. Because remember, I told you before, everyone that claimed that Mr. George Gresham stole money, there's a 150-member executive board council that has to vote yay or nay. Now remember, they all claimed what? Oh, we didn't know anything about the money. Even Mike Hoffman got on national television and said, well, I looked through the records of the financials, and he was just taking the money willy-nilly. So coming up real soon is going to be a long, thorough, accurate breakdown. It's already done. It's just, we got to get it, put the puzzle pieces together. But it's going to be deep, in depth, and in a series. But people aren't going to see it if people are too scared to like, comment, subscribe, share, or tag your congressman, senator, assemblyman in the comments so that they can see what's going on. Contact the labor board so that they know that they, once again, are trying to fuck their members over in the election. But yeah, that's balls in your court. Do with that what you will. Realize, and transparency forces accountability. Keep your eyes to the stars, keep that head on a swivel. And diabolical to the demons, aka the viper's pit. And they're playing a dangerous game. I'll be safe out there.
Come here whenever. So this shop is locked. So you guys can go someplace else because I already tell my members the truth, right? Because I am one of the vice presidents who vote against the money that George asks. I come here whenever. So this shop is locked. So you guys can go someplace else because I already tell my members the truth, right? Because I am one of the vice presidents who vote against the money that George asks. I come here whenever. So this shop is locked. So you guys can go someplace else because I already tell my members the truth, right? Because I am one of the vice presidents who vote against the money that George asks. I come here whenever. So this shop is locked. So you guys can go someplace else because I already tell my members the truth, right? Because I am one of the vice presidents who vote against the money that George asked